What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. If you've been here before, we got a cool one. This is a deck I think is underrated in the format and really just want to give it a spin. I saw it starting to put up some results over the last couple of weeks on the MTG top 8 deck drops. This is Quiet Oath. What does that mean? We have Quiet Speculation, the quiet part, and then Oath, which is obviously Oath of Druids. This is kind of like a Terrageddon deck. So you've got the combination of Terravore and Armageddon effects. In this case, we tend to actually lean towards Cataclysm. We've also got Armageddon. This is a plan we've seen time and time again in this format. It's very good. We get to pair it with Swords to Plowshares, Sylvan Library, all the good stuff. But instead of just being either just a strict green-white shell or going to the dark side and playing like the green-red Oath Ponza deck, we are going to play kind of almost like technically this is a 4-color deck. I do not believe we utilize black mana at all. But what we're doing is we're playing Quiet Speculation, and we've got a cool little package of cards. Volcanic Spray, we've got our Ray of Revelation, obviously our Call of the Herds. We're not opting for Roar of the Worm, because who needs a 6/6 when you've got a 12/12 with Trample? And then we're also playing a Deep Analysis, as well as some pieces in the sideboard. What's really cool is we're only playing 2 Quiet Specs, and that's because we don't actually need to draw Quiet Spec to do the Quiet Spec thing, because Oath leaves the cards that you flip over to get your Terravore in the graveyard. So all these flashback cards are things we can use after resolving an Oath as well. Some interesting things about this deck, the mana base is what you would expect from this. Lots of utility lands. We got Wastelands, we've got Treetop Villages, Rishadan Ports, all the goodies. We even got Mishra's Factories in like a 4-color deck, which is crazy, because our deck's powered by Diamond. We're also playing an Enlightened Tutor, which in the main board can go get you a Diamond in a pinch, a Library, an Oath of Druids. You can get the one of Seal of Cleansing, all those. And then in the sideboard, we can get Cursed Totem, Zuran Orb, Tormod's Crypt, a copy of Warmth, a copy of Aura of Silence, which are all bangers. Even a Hidden Gibbons, I don't think you're going to do that often, but it comes up. And then we have this pivot plan to where we become a Meddling Mage deck if our Oaths aren't good in that matchup. That's everything you should need to know about this deck, so let's hop into the league. Alrighty, we found our first opponent. We found our first opponent, but we're on the draw. I would like for them to go turn 1 Tireless Tribe and for me to go turn 1 Oath of Druids, and for the games to be simple. I actually don't want to fight for any of these. Opponent's also taking a second to queue up their hand, so you never know. Maybe they're tuning in to watch the stream with us. Also, that's slander. There's a good chance they're not doing that. I just love saying that when the opponent takes a minute to get ready. Brazil has a lot of pawns in Terrageddon, so webs are strong here. Yeah, we've got a lot of that too. 0-2 drop from the Premodern Challenge on a boo combination of not taking my ADHD meds. Don't do that. Take your medication. And watching hockey in the background made. Yeah, I don't need to take ADHD medication, luckily, but I do get distracted double screening, so I feel for you there. This hand's cool because it goes turn 2 Oath, but we don't even know if Oath is good, and we have to walk a land back to do it, so that's a mulligan. This hand can Oath, but it has other things going on, so we keep like Oath, Library, Armageddon, and we keep Windswept Heath, Gemstone Mine, Rishadan Port, cross our fungies. Let's go. I like it. Pitch the port. Let's do it. I'm doing my Masters at WPI Worcester, Mass. No classes on weekends, though. Mint. Well, I hope you're enjoying your weekend, buddy. Hope you're pumped for LobsterCon, too. I can't wait to see how you do. Island. Portent. What do we sell the shrimp this evening? On the bright side, they won't stifle this fetch. All right, they do shuffle, which is nice. Portent does portenty things. There's a forest. So now I think I'll fetch for plains, actually. Plains. You can go. If you got a Dreadnought, you got a Dreadnought, brother. Ooh, Swamp? This is either blue-black Dreadnought or it's straight up Tog. What if I slow roll and don't play in the mana leak? What if I just like drop this port and chill? And step, you go. Port, my beautiful, my gorgeous. Impulse, sure, for sure. Impulse is good. Yeah, pronouncing Worcester seems to... How do you actually... Worcester? I've heard Worcester. Worcester. How are you supposed to pronounce it? Can you type in a phonetic... like the phonetic way to say it? Tap your island. Wooster. Wooster for real? I'm sorry, that sounds a little silly. Although to be fair, here in Michigan, there's like, even the people who live here don't know how to pronounce some of like the city names and street names. People just make it up here. All right, there's a polluted delta. Sure. That's good against my Rishadan Port. On tap, take a draw. We can hold up STP now. I think it is time to just jam, and we'll jam a Library. And we'll see if they got a leak. Worcester. All right, they don't. Go. Yeah, but Michigan also has Battle Creek, which is the most badass town name in the US. It's funny you say that, because like it is a badass town name. Battle Creek is just such a fucking dump. Lindell's Vault, what are we up to over there? I thought we were doing something different. I would really rather this be a fair matchup. Please stop doing stuff. Am I just like dead? Is that where we're at? Or is your deck bad? I can't tell. They've got to know what there's a duress. Their deck's all old. Maybe it's just Doomsday. Yeah, maybe we're just getting Doomsdayed. Polluted Delta, fetch. They took my STP. Darkrit, I'm yielding. If you got it, you got it. Buried Alive? Oh, this is a good meme. This is just Tin Fins, but with different cards in it. This is not, no, this is an Angry Ghoul. That's incorrect. I mean, it's doing the same combo, but the build of the deck is fundamentally different. Okay. So we are playing against Angry Ghoul. Let's see. I think I like Meddling Mage over Oath. I like none of these. I like maybe Hidden Gibbons and Naturalize. Definitely Tormod's Crypt. So like these 8 are serviceable. Yeah, it's like it's almost 10 fins. Let's go with no Volc Spray. I can't imagine. Yeah, no Oath of Druids. I can't imagine they're doing any shenanigans with Gush. I have to hope they're not, at least. I don't think we want Ray. Yeah, they're shallow graving. We don't want Ray. So for quiet specking, what are we getting? Deep Analysis, Terravore, and that's it. I don't think we want quiet spec because we cut like 2 of our main little cute quiet spec targets. And these cards are both fine to just draw naturally. Cataclysm looks medium, but probably better than quiet spec. Yeah, okay, this seems fine. Let's dance. Little surprise there in round 1. All right, we'll be on the fly. Double Meddling Mage, and I can't cast it. Mulligan. Single Meddling Mage that I can't cast, but I have libraries and I have a Naturalize. I mean, hopefully they can't get us too fast. I guess we're going to keep this and pitch the Mage. Well, maybe we can... Now we'll pitch the Mage because we might get Duress too. All right, Treetop, go. Swamp, please Duress me. Yes, that's why we kept 2 libraries. I wonder if they take Naturalize, because I wonder if they can like actually Dreadnought us. Did they play Stifle? Swallowville, what's going on, baby? Yeah, they take the Naturalize. We draw a diamond, huh? Let's go Forest, Library, and then ship the turn. A little island action, pass to me. All right, Sylvan Library. I will draw the extra cards, and I will put the Gemstone Mine back where I found it, and I'll shotgun the Adarkar Wastes into my hand. Then we'll go Windswept Heath, plus, do you just want to get the Mox Diamond out of hand? Yeah, I think so. Cast the Mox Diamond, pitch the Adarkar Wastes. Let's fire up this Treetop Village and get busy. Beep. And then you can go. What a hell of a game 1. This deck's probably a really bad matchup for us. I was hoping it was Tog, which is something we can actually fight. This feels hard. All right. And then I guess we're not yielding through turn because we do want to fetch. We don't want to redraw that land. Powder Keg? Yeah, for sure. If you want to pop my diamond, that's like, who cares? Polluted Delta. And they're like not playing non-basics either, so my Wasteland's just rotting in my hand. Let's grab a Plains, go to our turn. There's a Heath. Let's draw 2 more. Ew. Well, this is not very good, is it? Put this on top, shotgun this, play a Heath. And I won't attack because then they'll pop the kegging, not only get my diamond, but also my Treetop Village. So we're chilling. They leave it at 0, which is very smart, I would say. Another Delta for sure. Fetch. Brazilian. I just find this fridge deck and play it. Doomsday is my favorite card in MTG. Oh, yeah. Doomsday rules, dude. Buried Alive. Am I dead? Do you have like Dark Writ? Kill me? Because I can't beat that. All right. So they're giving us a chance to find Tormod's Crypt. Let's fetch because we know it's not on top. Let's grab a Plains. That way if we draw like Armageddon, I guess it really doesn't make a huge difference. There's a Terravore. I'll draw 2 more. Swords to Plowshares plus Enlightened Tutor. I guess we will place the Terravore back on top. Well, yeah, we want the STP, obviously, so we don't just die. But that's barring them having like, you know, Cabal Therapy, Duress. But we do want it. We can't just rip it off the top whenever we want. I think I'm going to put the Terravore back, but I think I'm going to pay 4 for the Enlightened Tutor. And I'm going to put a stop in my upkeep here. And then we will just drop a Wasteland and pass. Swallowville, for Uzi, do you think it's better to have 3 counterspells, 3 foil, or 4 counterspells, 2 foil? I like the 4-2 split. Are you playing a Forbid? That's the big question. Do you play Forbid in your Uzi deck? Keg doing keg things. Yeah, I do a 4-2 personally. I've never run the math if there is any to run. Not a Duress. Get the fuck out of here, dude. You can't have it all. Clearly you can have it all. All right, there's the shallow grave. Yeah, I can't do anything about this. We are defeated in the most anticlimactic way, unless, depending on your perspective. I guess that was pretty climactic. Let's get into round 2. All right, round 2, we're up against Funky Brewster. We're on the play. Let's do it. We've got Treetop into Oath. I mean, Oath better be good in this matchup, but keep. By the way, the Portugal Nationals happened today. I replenished deck 1. I did hear that, yep. Oh, yeah, go to my first main phase. We don't need to stop in my upkeep anymore. Treetop, go. Little Ancient Tomb. Howling Mine. Why are my opponents making me play against weird stuff? Well, here's a Wasteland. Go away. Pass to you. You draw 2 off the Howling Mine for sure. Mountain, tap it. Black Vise, get the fuck out of here. Sure. All right, I'll take some pain, draw some cards. All right, we got a Windy. Yeah, I think we're just like kind of forced to play out cards as fast as we possibly can, leading up into a Terravore. Here is an Oath of Druids. I don't care if I trigger your oath for you or trigger my oath for you because my creature will just be bigger. Owling Mine, that's right, Joyful. Funky Brewster, true to his name today, playing some absolute gorgeous nonsense. All right, draw an extra card. Let's go Gemstone Mine, and here is my Terravore. What do you think about this? You know, probably better to do that off a Heath so it doesn't just get bolted. Oh, Hoodwink, for sure. We'll pitch Call of the Herd. Oh, wait, no. I thought they I thought they hit my Terravore. All right, here you go. So I should have pitched land. That would have been much smarter. We need a Mox Diamond bad. You're not kidding. I'll take 2. Continue. They decide not to trigger the oath. I'll take some pain here. 1, 2, 3. Target player can't play lands this turn. Draw a card at the beginning of the next turn's upkeep for sure. All right, Howling Mine does its thing. Ooh, Rave Revelation doesn't help me very much. Let's go to combat, get in there for 3, and then go to discard and pitch some lands. 1, 2 of them. 1, 2 of them. All right, continue. You draw some cards. 9, 8, 7. So if they can deploy 2 things, like a second Black Vise would be an absolute nightmare, huh? Anvil of Adarkar. No maximum hand size at the beginning of each player's draw step. They draw an additional card, then discards a card. Okay, you got it, buddy. Blue. Oh, Hoodwink can't bounce creature. Duh. That does help us. This Black Vise, however, does not. Yeah, bro is absolutely cooking in the kitchen. Next turn, on tap. All right, yield to those. Rich, thanks for the resub, buddy. Appreciate that. Oh, no, this is your first time. Thank you for the prime sub. Full stop. All right, Anvil does its thing. I draw Seal. Seal actually matters here. So we'll pitch. Can I change my clock at all? I guess I'll just pitch Volc Spray on this one. And then Howling Mine has me drawing a card. Okay, Cataclysm. Let's go with a attack for 5. Beep. Then I guess we're going to go Treetop plus Seal. And then we're going to ship it. Howling Mine and Anvil do their thing. Opponent's going up to infinite cards in hand. Rishadan, tap 2. Miner, sacrifice it. Target player can't play lands this turn, for sure. Attackers, end step. Let's go ahead and Seal of Cleansing one of these Vise, and then go to our turn, where we untap, and the Black Vise brings us to 1. And then I can't play lands. This is okay, I think. I can't stop it anyway. I'm at 1. Rishadan Port my Treetop Village. I cannot stop you from doing that. All right, Anvil is going to have me draw and discard. No response to that. Draw. Ooh, I got a diamond. So we'll pitch a Treetop Village. And then Howling Mine has me drawing a card. All right, so how are we doing this? I can't Cataclysm. I'd love to be able to. We're going to Diamond, pitching a Heath. Then we'll go to combat. We'll get you for 7. You know, that was kind of silly. I should have played the other Terravore first. And then I think we're absolutely playing another Terravore. I don't think we have much in the way of another choice. I'm saying we should have played the other Terravore first because this one would be bigger. We're probably just getting bolted, though. Yeah, we're going to have to plow our own Terravore. That's where we're at. They get like 3 looks for another bolt instead of stopping our upkeep so I can yield through this turn. Red, bolt me. There it is. Okay. Very sick deck. My Oath appears to not be good. So that's the first place I'd start. Potentially Meddling Mage. Seems pretty good. Aura of Silence. Yes. Volc Spray. No. Hidden Gibbons, maybe? Seems like it could be fine. Zuran Orb also seems like it could be fine. Don't know if it's necessary, but it could be fine. Let's go card by card. No Ray, no Warmth, no Volc Spray. I don't think I want Deep Anal. No Pyroclasm. Naturalize. Yes. I think STP kind of sucks. I'll take at least 1 out. And then Quiet Spec, Call the Herd, Terravore, Deep Anal. Do I want to bring in Hidden Gibbons? They've got a lot of artifacts, but they also they've got at least, I really don't know how many instants they'll have. They showed us Hoodwink. They've got Bolt. Maybe Hidden Gibbons is just fine. What a strange deck. It's actually pretty cool. I think Rave Revelation probably blows. I can't imagine Deep Analysis is where I want to be either. Let's bring in a couple Hidden Gibbons. And then I'm going to leave the Quiet Specs just to be able to get cards out of my hand quickly. Quiet Spec costs 2 is the thinking. All right, I'll be on the play. We've got Wasteland, Double Factory, Hidden Gibbons, Naturalize. Okay, keep. I'm actually probably going to open on Factory here. I need to start trying to turn the corner as fast as possible. Alrighty, here's my Factory. You can go. I have a plan, dude. I don't know if it's good enough, but I've got a plan. Shivan Reef. Yield through turn. All right, now I'm not going to attack with Factory because you showed me your Reef. So instead, I'm going to Gemstone into Hidden Gibbons. What do we think about that? Go. Plays a lot like Owling Mine did in Modern. Yeah. Rishadan Port for sure. You want to tap my factory and my upkeep? Oh, my Hidden Gibbons. Okay, that's fine. Let's go with another factory. And that's the new one. So let's tap it for a colorless and fire this one up. Combat, send it, and pass you. You may go. I sure hope they turn my Hidden Gibbons on. That would be cool. They're just passing with no land drop? Okay. Let's turn this on. Play Treva's Runes. Let the trigger resolve. Bounce the Gemstone Mine. Turn this one on. Full send. They'll just tap. Oh, they didn't tap one. Okay, sure. I would have. Hoodwink, for sure. My Hidden Gibbons is awake. All right, go. And they're just passing again. Okay. Meddling Mage. I guess we could just play that. Let's go to combat and just attack for 4. We'll open with that. Beep, beep. 1, 2. What are we doing? Hoodwink, that's honestly fine. Blockers, damage. All right, let's Wasteland your colored source. All right, cool. Game 3. Let me think here. They're just like playing infinite copies of Hoodwink, which is super interesting. I think I'm not changing anything. I think Swords is like actively so bad. I wonder if it's better to just play like Zuran Orb. It's just like another thing to get out of my hand. Hi, Rachel. You're dancing to this, like the song I'm listening to, but it's in my headphones, so that's really confusing. The swords are just so bad. Let's just like bring in a Zuran Orb. I don't know if that's good. Submit. Hi. What's up? All right, this hand contains Zuran Orb. I mean, this is like a fine hand. I keep cutting swords and keep drawing them, which is not great. We're keeping Mountain into Black Vise for sure. I will take 3. Untap, draw. Ooh, Treetop Zuran Orb seems fine here. Treetop Orb, go. Reflecting Pool into what? You got a mine here. Sacrifice it. Can't play lands. Sure. That's like a really cool deal. 1 point of damage to me, I guess. Yeah, for sure. Diamond off the top. Not quite. Okay, go. 1, 2. Howling Mine? Sure. Ooh, they missed their land drop. I think it might be more important for me to make mine. Ooh, Diamond. That's so fucking good. Let's go Windswept Heath, fetch down to 11. Grab myself a plains, play a Mox Diamond. We'll get rid of the Treva's Rune. Walking back lands is not good for us, so we'll get rid of that. And then do we just want to like Aura of Silence? I think that's fine. Yeah, let's just drop an Aura. All right, you can go. What's up, Fatty? How you doing? Yeah, some late games today. All right, do your thing, opponent. How'd the first match go? We got by what looked like 10 fins to me. All right, they're just passing. So I'm going to take 1 here, and then I can like try to deploy Wasteland maybe. I love that I have Zuran Orb out because it means like I'm not dying in a super big hurry. Yeah, Turf Wound. You got it, buddy. All right, I take a Painted Black Vise, then I draw an extra card. Ooh, it's an E-Tutor? It's an E-Tutor for real? I'll cast that. All right, do I want to just grab Seal of Cleansing to blow up the mine? I think I need to. Yeah, we'll grab Seal. No response. I'll draw a card now. Cool. All right, Seal of Cleansing. White, whatever. All right, get out of here. You may go. All right, they just pass. Great. Do they have like another Turf Wound? Is this a particular Terravore list? This is a variant that is Oath Spec, basically. Another, what is this one? Target player can't play lands this turn. What a goofy ass card. That's fine. I will take 1. Meddling Mage works for me. Blue, white, Meddling Mage. Who's the name? Lightning Bolt? I think so. All right, you can just go. You've drawn an extra card. That's cool. It's like reverse Ponza. They're just like taking away my land drops themselves. 1, 2. I guess not. 1, 2, 3. The Paradigm Miner. Yep, you've got it. That happens. And then a blue. Hoodwink my little buddy here. Okay, check this out. I'll sack it. Cool. Migo. End step. I will just take 1. I'm not going to blow up the Black Vise. This is fine. Ooh, let's see here. Who did it? Fatty's gifting 5 tier 1 subs. Appreciate that, buddy. Thank you very much. Yeah, I can't play a land. You did it. All right, I'll take 1. Man, opponent's deck is fucking cool as shit. Mana Leak looks good here. Let's go to combat. Attack for 2. And then I think we'll just hold the Mana Leak for a little bit. Bring you to 12. We're kind of racing convincingly here, which is really good. Rishadan Port for sure. And nothing else. We like that. All right, my go. I'll take 2 this time. You've tapped my island, or my plains. Freudian slip, apologies. Diamond? No diamond. I think we will. I can't Mana Leak. I mean, I can hold up Mana Leak, right? But I don't know how good it is. Maybe I'll be fine with that. I'll play Wasteland. I'll get busy for 2. This will let me hold up Mana Leak on their turn, and before they can pass, I can like Wasteland their port, right? Come on, dude, let me attack you. You're winning the race, okay? It's gonna be okay. All right, take 2. I really have to hope there's some bolts in that hand there. The Zuran Orb feels really good when they're trying to bounce my lands to hand with Hoodwink. You go. Blue. 2, 3, 5 mana? What is 5? Words of Wind. The next time you would get mana leaked. I don't need to read that. I'm just going to counter it. All right. This means I get to make a land drop this turn? That's crazy to me. All right, I'll take one. It's a Mishra's Factory. Let's go. Combat. Beep, beep for 2. Damage. Okay, they're at 8. I'm at 7. And then I can deploy Quiet Spec plus a land. Let's do the Quiet Spec for a blue and 1. Quiet Spec, me. And then just grab all 3 copies of Call of the Herd. Get some clock in my graveyard. And then do I want to crack my Wastelands? Do I think it meaningfully changes anything? Let's actually read Words of Wind because they have another one. They could have another one. The next time you draw a card this turn, instead each player returns a permanent they control to his owner's hand instead. Sure. So we will... Is it more important to stifle their mana base or to expand mine? I think this port has to go no matter what. So let's just take care of it now. And then, yeah, what if we just like clamp down on their mana really hard? Is that fine? Yeah, let's clamp down on their mana. I think that's fine. Hit your Ancient Tomb as well. Go. All right, they're passing. This is fine with me. You got one of them. I can't play a land spells in my upkeep here. You do. Eventually, they're going to run out of those, which is going to be really cool when they do. Adarkar Wastes. Combat. Send this at you, and you can go. All right, you draw cards. So you go up to 5 in hand. Yeah, makes sense. Another port for sure, for sure. Blue. 1, 2, 3. Howling Mine? Yes. I will take my first extra card off that, I think. All right, on tap, I will take a Pain from the Black Vise. I'll draw 1, and then I'll draw 2. A Sylvan Library, so I can get multiple cards out of my hand. Do I want to Wasteland their port, or I just want to get... No, I've already used my Wasteland. What am I talking about? Let's go ahead and get in for 2. BB. And then let's go ahead and play... I guess if I play the Factory, that forces them to think about porting. So let's play out the Factory. And the tap for 1 and a green and play out the Sylvan Library and then just ship the turn. I'll actually just let them draw extra cards off mine. I think that's fine. Because we've got them dead to lethal with the Mishra's Factory, so they have to hold up port, I think. Meddling Mage is naming Bolt. We're due to take 1 off the Black Vise. If the Black Vise ever becomes too much, we can aura it, which is ideal. And if they want to play another Vise, that's going to cost 3. So there's like, we've got them in a pretty pro-curious position here. And Zuran Orb is just active. This deck's interesting. It's got me thinking, like, I'm thinking about how to play this against this deck, not like it's a meme, but like everything is like genuinely threatening this. This is a really cool build. Now, my deck isn't one that can really leverage drawing a bunch of extra cards all at once because everything in my deck costs 1 million mana. So there's going to be some matchups like Sly where you do this to them and they just like kill you in response. But does not change the fact that our opponent's absolutely cooking. Would be important. Mishra's Factory for sure. That's fine. I'll take 1, draw a card, and then Library does its thing. Oh, wait, that's right. So, oh, yeah. Yes. All right. So I get to put back. I don't think I care for this. I don't think I care for Quiet Spec. Very cool. Okay, we're going to play a Forest and a tap it for a green and play a Hidden Gibbons. And then we'll play Mox Diamond. And we'll pitch, let's say, I don't want to take any pain, Windswept Heath. Then we'll go to combat, and we'll send it at him. And then do I want to, like, aura this? I don't think so. I'll just pass. You draw some extra cards. That's totally fine with me. Blue. 2. Seal of Removal. Return target creature to its owner's hand. This is okay. So they can hold up port plus seal. I like it. Attackers are no good. Pass to me. All right, let's see what we can get into. On tap. Vise doesn't do anything this time. We port the Factory. That makes the most sense. And then let's draw an extra card to the Howling Mine and 2 more to the Library. All right, we got a Cataclysm. What if I just Cataclysmed you? That just wins, right? Let's put back the Windswept Heath and let's put back the Quiet Speculation. And let's take a second to think here. Let's make them seal right now. Beep, beep. This gets bounced. That's totally fine. Okay, what if I just like floated all my mana and Cataclysmed and then did nothing else? Is that okay? It chokes them off of their mana completely and lets my Mishra's Factory just be damn near lethal on its own. What do they keep for artifact? I guess I lose a diamond as well. Is it better just to like dump shit into play? Yeah, I don't even know if don't forget to gain life with Zuran Orb for sure, but I don't even know if I'm Cataclysming. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can't Cataclysm plus Mage, right? I can play the Mage next turn. I can't play it this turn because I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 mana. And then a dark, so I don't have a threat. What if I just like played Terravore plus Meddling Mage? Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to play Adarkar Wastes. I'm going to tap for a white, and I'm going to tap for a blue. And I'll play Meddling Mage, and we'll name Lightning Bolt. And then we'll just drop the Terravore. Let's not overcomplicate it. Here is Terravore. Good luck. Go. Well, if they have bolts in hand, I can just, well, I would sacrifice to gain life with the lands before I Cataclysmed if I was going to Cataclysm, but I just don't think we do that. You've got a mountain. How do you get out of this spot? I like how Hidden Gibbons basically was 1 mana, have 1 less card in hand, and that was actually helpful. Yeah. Well, also, like, if I didn't have the mage, bolts would be active. If they want to cast, like, Hoodwink or, like, this card or whatever, yeah, we win that one. All right, that was a sweet deck. But yeah, the Hidden Gibbons, I think, is actually probably correct to bring in. Let's get into round number 3. All right, found our round 3 opponent. It is Cyberpunker, and it looks like we're on the play, which is pretty neat. Come on, turn 1 diamond. No turn 1 diamond, and it's a mono green hand, but we can open on a library and hope that Wasteland's good enough. I don't know if library is going to solve that many problems for us. I think we're going to ship this. This is a 1-lander that makes me wish I kept my 7, so we're going to mulligan to 5. And this is a turn 1 library, which repairs the mulligan super quick. And then we have to figure out whether we're keeping Quiet Spec, Seal of Cleansing, or Oath. I don't think it's Seal. Quiet Spec's good into a ton of matchups. Oath is only good into like 2/3 of the format. Now maybe that's enough. I guess maybe we don't need the card advantage if we've got library. We'll keep out a bunch of green cards. 1, 2, let's dance. All right, we're going to go Plains, Diamond, pitch shitty, play library, and you may go. Our local legacy scene ended for Premodern. I'm super sad about it. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, buddy. Yeah, it seems like Premodern's kind of doing the thing. I've never been a big legacy guy, but that's like, I've got a lot of players in our local area that also used to play a ton of legacy, and the scene's kind of died down for that as well. Do we just shotgun this first one? It feels like it. Yeah. Pay 4. All right, here's a treetop. Do you got a daze for this Oath? Go. Although if this is Dreadnought, Oath isn't going to be the most effective card ever here anyway. But we can always Enlightened Tutor to go get Seal, which is a big deal. Their land, they're not doing anything, so I don't think I will Enlightened Tutor. I'll just untap, draw, and get my extra draws off library. All right, we've got a sword, so now I think I'm going to put the Wasteland back on top, and we'll shotgun the factory. And then I think we will play out the factory, and then turn on our Treetop Village and get them. Oh, I guess Cyberpunker is a Madness Sicko. They're tapping for 2 to do what, though? Ice. Oh, that's pretty smart, yeah. So this could be, what is this? Island, Ice. Are they on Grow right now? Interesting. Well, we've got an Oath in play, so that's going to slow the game down a pretty solid amount. Yeah, I just realized it is Cyberpunker, kind of a known Madness Sicko. There's a Footy Woody. Sure, thank you for the resub, buddy. How you doing tonight? All right, Woody Footy in play, and they're just passing. I don't know what I want with Enlightened Tutor yet, so I think we're still going to just chill. On tap. Wait, I know the card on top isn't one that I want, though. Do I just Enlightened Tutor anyway? No, I think I'll hold it till I know what I'm looking for. All right, show me my cards with Sylvan. I don't think I want these Wastelands, so we'll put them both back on top. And then we could be looking at getting bolted here. I don't think we can afford to not do stuff, though. We could see, what if they are on Madness? I guess I'm only attacking with the Treetop. Let's go, because I do want to hold up Swords, just in case this is some weird deck and I get frantic searched or whatever. Maybe it makes some sense to just attack with the 3/3. See if they got Bolt. Try to fish it out. Attack for 3. All right, they're taking the 3 here. So maybe if they do have Bolt, they're thinking my face is the place. They fetched to 16. Just a forest. Okay, I'm glad I didn't play into it. Here's a frantic search. Do we see a worm? Although I will say that this Oath of Druids makes a worm look less good. Squee plus nothing. Okay, continue. And you get a squee back. Blue for a careful study. No response there. Mongrel to the bin and the squee. There's a Wasteland. Tap for 2. There's a survival. So I know where our E-Tutor's going. And we get to get those Wastelands off the top of our deck, which is also huge. End step, I will cast the E-Tutor for a white. Let's go grab Seal of Cleansing. Our turn. Untap. Take a draw. And then take some draws off the library. All right, we will put back Wastes followed by Call. And then I think we're going to get in there with the Factory and basically force them to Wasteland that if they want to not take some pain here. Combat. Attack for 2. Damage. And then we'll just leave this Plains up. We'll tap for 2. Not like that. We need a white. And then here's a Seal of Cleansing. And please stop having a survival. Only I'm allowed to have busted 2-mana enchantments. Treetop Village's land for turn. Pass to you. You get a squee back. Yeah, Wooded Foothills is pretty interesting in this list. Careful study for sure. Target player, maybe 1 mountain for anger. Very well could be. What do they pitch to careful study? Another mongrel plus the squee. Yep, that makes sense. All right, my turn. On tap. All right, there's the call. We'll go ahead and use the library's ability. I like the port here, but I think we're going to take the Adarkar Wastes. So we'll go top, and then let's go Adarkar Wastes, and let's mana both of these Treetop Villages. Colorless, green, colorless. Ooh, what's this? Our opponent's on Madness Survival. We are on Oath Spec. All right, 6. They Wasteland 1, which makes sense to me. Take 3, and then you can go. We mulligan to 5, but our library was just so good to us. You get a squee back for sure. Come on, Cyberpunker. Get me. All right, they're just passing. Makes me wonder what's going on in their hand. Like, they must have, like, tons of creatures, but they just can't tank a single Oath trigger at the moment. But this holding pattern just allows me to clock them. All right, my turn. On tap. No response. I'll draw all the extra cards off library. Don't need either of these. We'll go top, playport. Activate the treetop for, let's say, green and colorless. Turn on the factory for whatever, and get in for 5. Yeah, if they surprise worm us, we're at least gonna like make an attempt at a swords. All right, take 5. Sorry, I got commercialized. Is this land Oath? Me? I'm just playing Spec Oath. All right, they're at 6. We've got some clock. I'm not gonna port them in their upkeep, I don't think. I'll wait to see what they do in their turn, and then I'll port them at end step. Very strong deck, hard agree. There's a wild mongrel. This is okay. Going to attacks, going to end step. Here comes a port here. See if they want to make a worm. It looks like they do. All right, here comes an arrogant worm. Dog gets bigger, and we'll see what kind of Terravore action we have here. All right, Oath, target you. Yes, please. Just a casual 14-14. And then we've got, put in the bin, Ray of Revelation, and I believe that's it. That's it. All right, let's draw some cards off the library. Quiet Spec, pretty good one. We'll put Gemstone on top. Gemstone on top, and then things we are worried about right now. There is a call in the graveyard. We're worried about Wonder. What does Wonder do here? Messes us up pretty good because they're going to have 6 in hand, so they can make the mongrel on its own a lethal attacker. So we need to hold the sword. Maybe we just swords the mongrel because we don't really mind if they grow an arrogant worm. That's like totally fine. Yeah, let's do this in the main phase before they have like circular logic. Let's swords the mongrel. They're pitching a Root Walla is fine. What else? Another Root Walla is fine. We've got infinite ground blockers here. All right, what else? You got a Wonder? Looks like just a squee, so they're gaining some life. Wonder would be the nightmare. Then I think we'd have to quiet Spec to go get Volc Spray. We might just do that anyway. They've got 2 squeeze, STP resolves, and then, yeah, I think we'll just STP Volc Spray. Not STP, quiet Spec Volc Spray. Yeah, let's quiet speculation, me, tapping for a blue off of, oh, it's going to cost me 1 anyway. I think that's got to be okay, though. Let's go blue. Let's go green. Let's grab a Volc Spray, a Deep Anal, I guess, and a Call of the Herd. Set a stop in there. Let's cast the Volc Spray real quick. Tapping for 1, 2, bringing me to 6. Stop you in your upkeep. And then for what it's worth, I don't think it matters a whole lot, but we'll tap the Yavimaya down. And then we can just yield through turn. Because boy, oh boy, do I have stopping power right now. All right, they concede. Nice. So this is Cyberpunker's Survival Madness. Cursed Totem seems good. Oath seems good. I don't think we're meddling maging. We might be naturalizing. Hidden Gibbons is worth the thought, though I don't think it makes the cut. I don't know about Zuran Orb. I don't know about Tormod Crypt. I'm pretty sure about these 2. Pyroclasm seems sketchy. Deep Analysis seems sketchy. Aura of Silence, Warmth. I think Ray of Revelation seems strong, specifically just as a way to repeatedly hit survivals as they draw them. And then Aura of Silence seems sketch. So Tormod Crypt, what does it do here? It hits squee. It turns off circular logic. That's basically it. I think that's enough. So these 4 look good for starters. Fun fact, Stanley Cyberpunker and I used to chat on AIM when we were kids. That's awesome. That rules. Thank you for the history lesson. That rules. What don't we want? Cataclysm? Is Cataclysm sucky? Is Armageddon good? I don't know. I'm a font of information. True. I don't even know if I need that. Let me see. 1 Ray, 1 of these. I wonder if I even need the Naturalize, because this brings me up to what? Ray, Seal? Is that enough? Is 3 enough? Or do I want 4 for our friend's Survival of the Fittest? Technically, we have 4 already because of Enlightened Tutor. Cuts are real hard here. Yeah, I agree. I think that, yeah, I was just going to say that, Carl. Deep Anal's probably a touch slow. I think that Volc Spray is, a little bit sketch, but I can see like there was an area there where it was good. I think that, do you really care about survival? Like Terravore just goes over the top so hard. That's true. So maybe we like pass on the Naturalize. We take out the Deep Anal, maybe a Cataclysm, maybe, no, not a Cataclysm. If we're going to cut one, it's Armageddon, right? And then maybe Volc Spray is too narrow. And because of that, do we want to cut a Quiet Spec for like one of these? We're going to go light-handed. We're going to go light-handed like this. What do we see? We see one of our sideboard cards plus a Crypt. Sure, keep. They pass. That's an Oath. That's strong. We will go with just a Heath and a pass. You may draw. That's fine with me. We got a Mongrel, or do we have the other thing? We have a Mongrel. This is fine as well. Okay, let's get a Cursed Totem into play, huh? We'll fetch right now for a green source. We'll go to my turn. I'll play the Wasteland out because if they're going to Wasteland something, I'd want it to be my Wasteland. So we'll play the Wasteland out. We'll play the Cursed Totem. And then do we drop the Crypt? I can't see a reason that we'd need to. No, you can just have a 2/2. This is okay with me. And this Cursed Totem might magnet up a Naturalize. And if that's the case, our Oath starts to look better. Yeah, I'll take 2. This is okay with me. I like it. Wasteland, my Wasteland, just like I wrote it up. You have a Maya Coast into Waterfront Bouncer, another vanilla creature. I like it. Okay, I wonder if we're just super stoked to Oath here and make it their problem to deal with it or not. I think we're just jamming. Carl agrees. Yeah, I think so. I think it's just like, hey, do you have it? This is your problem now. Go. And that I'm happy with either of these surviving because these creatures are very far below rate. So if they have the Naturalize, they got to make a choice here. And it's like, it probably has to be Oath, but I'm stoked to just keep Cursed Totem. If they hit Oath, Reverent Silence, it's each enchantment. Sure, that's fine. You've done it. Blockers, I'll take some pain. End step, and then we'll go to my turn. Take a draw. It's an Adarkar Wastes. I am cool. Value of Crypt, ironically, going down with the totem in play. It's true. I think I'm super cozy, just quiet specking now. I think we'll grab Call, and I'll grab a Ray for posterity's sake. And then from there, we're just chilling. You can go. All right, you beat me up. That's fine. Love STP. This is not the song I wanted. There we go. All right, we take a draw. It's another quiet speculation. They're missing land drops. Let's just start making dudes. Call the herd. Go. This is a mana leak for sure. That's fine. Continue. All right, attackers is fine. Beep, beep. I like it. Picasso. What else you got? End step. My turn. What do we draw here? Treva's Ruins. Let's play out Tormod's Crypt. The reason we're doing this is because I guess, no, they can't actually do the madness thing. So it's fine. But I think we are going to call the herd. Let's go ahead and tap for a green. Let's just tap, let's tap out like this. And then play a Treva's Ruins. And then bounce the Gemstone Mine back to my hand. And then see if they've got another mana leak. All right, we've got a call. We can just pass now. Another thing this Tormod Crypt does is stops them from wandering over us. They have a Naturalize. Let's STP. I'm listening to STP. The Wild Mongrel. We're going to have to deal with the Waterfront Bouncer as well. Maybe it was supposed to be the Waterfront Bouncer. Hard to tell. Yeah, Bouncer probably would have been better, huh? I was kind of thinking I should get their Enabler, but Waterfront Bouncer is a hell of an enabler when my threats right now are tokens. Attackers is fine. Let's set a stop on their upkeep because that's going to start mattering. End step. Next turn. Take a draw. Sylvan Library is a fine pickup here. We'll play Gemstone Mine. Let's just send this elephant and see if they do something about it. They don't. Let's go ahead and jam Sylvan. And then I think we're chilling. We got a Root Walla coming. No response. He's bounced. You're up in your upkeep. Tap the coast. Pump the Root Walla. Yield to all. You've got it. You're going to hit me for big damage. Another coast for sure. Holding up the Waterfront Bouncer seems smart. All right, deck, deliver. That's not delivering. Let's see what else we got. We got a library. That's a hell of a Terravore if it mattered. It doesn't. I think we're cooked here. I think their enchantment removal into artifact removal was good enough. Yeah, legitimately, we can't win. We are dead on board. Okay. Game 3 against Cyberpunker. Who could have seen that coming, though, right? We can port them before casting Vor. Yes, and then they untap and bounce the Terravore. It buys us a turn to do. I'm not sure what we're trying to do at that turn. Because then we can't take extra cards off library, so Plow's not an out. With the knowledge of the Waterfront Bouncers, this Volcanic Spray is looking a lot better, actually. Cataclysm seems kind of medium. No, I think it's probably good still. It's probably still good. Let's take out I think Leak kind of sucks. There we go. Let's try that. All right, we'll be on the play. Turn 1 library? Sure. All right, Windswept Heath, fetch, go grab a green source, play a diamond, pitch Wasteland, play a library, ship the turn, island pass, sure. On tap, let's get some cards going. Pay 4, pay 4. All right, let's go Mox Diamond. Pitch the Wasteland. Here's a Terravore. Go. We got a Danger Dog. Nothing. Okay, they're missing green. On tap, draw a card. Draw some more cards. Cataclysm. Let's go top, land, fetch. We'll go summon up a basic plains. Go to combat. Send this puppy in for 4. And then do we just want to make them have mana leak? Fuck it. Here, do you have it? Here's another Terravore. You can go. All right, there's 8 power. I guess Crypt cooks us, but they're just passing. I just have 8 power. Show me more cards. All right, plows we'll leave on top. I don't think we'll need them. Here's another diamond, dude. What if, but they were 5/5s and you couldn't worm your way out of this. Combat. I've got a plan. I'm going all in on it. Attack you. Yep, you're searching. Squee and worm. Are we blocking? Seems sus. Okay, you've got a 4/4. Would you like to go to 5? Damage. I'm going to make a weird play here. We get cooked by a Crypt here, and no creature they can get off Oath is better than like, if they trigger Oath, they're going to fill their graveyard with lands and probably just die. So I am just going to jam Oath here and pass. They can trigger it if they want to. Here you go. Deal me 10. All right, they did the thing, and now my Terravores are insulated from a Tormod script, which is powerful. Can you deal with my Vores? There's a Mongrel for sure. This lets me trigger Oath of Druids. That's a little sus, huh? What a funny little spot we're in here. He's just dead. No, it depends. It's going to depend on a couple things, actually. There's a Yavimaya Coast. Tranquil Domain for sure. So they can put a total of 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 toughness in front of my 14 power. And if they go all in on the Mongrel, my Swords beats it. All right, they concede. Yeah, we just get it there. Cyberpunk are good games. Our hand was good enough. Let's get into round number 4. Okie dokie, round number 4, and we get to be on the draw, unfortunately. We've got a turn 2 Oath, and the rest of our hand is stone cold uncastable. I think we can do better. Happy Meal says big fan. Oh, thank you. Good luck. Have fun. All right, we're going to mulligan this. This is a turn 1 library. We keep those. What do we ship? We hope it's on a duress deck, and we ship the Sylvan Library. Let's go. All right, Mountain into, Fanatic. All right, let's see what we get here. Call the Herd is solid. We're going to go Adarkar Wastes, Diamond. Pitching City. Play Library for a colorless and a green. You can go. We'll try to muddy up the ground as fast as possible. Hopefully find some lands. We're certainly set up to. Red for a pile driver. This is straight up goblins. All right, there's a thing. Keep going. We see a Rare Revelation and an Oath. That is just an Oath. Let's go top. Do we pay life? I don't think I need the land drop. We'll just put this on top. Here's an Oath. You let me know if I win or not. Pass. All right, no way to beat the Oath. Matron for sure. I wonder what we Matron for here. Oath for a Chroma. Yeah. Terravore is almost as good. Incinerator for sure. So they're hoping that I have a really small Terravore. It could happen. It's a 5/5. It didn't happen. Okay, let's draw some cards off the library. Diamond, land, Geddon. I think I'll put the Geddon back. I think I'm going to pay 4 here, though. All right, then we're going to play Diamond, pitch a Heath, play Call the Herd, and then you may go. 1, 2. So I got a 1K next weekend, and I got 2 decks, Flinker and Green White Madness. Which should I go with? Green White Madness, baby, every time. All right, they're doing a big clock. We're going to go Terravore in front of the nothing. We're just going to block here like that. Gem Palm, sure. What are we hitting? The Elephant? You got it. I'm at 9, and we are going to trigger Oath of Druids, targeting you. All right, we got a couple 20/20s, and we draw a Terravore. All right, they concede. That makes sense to me. That's a lot of power, dude. All right, begin sideboarding. We would like to continue being a Oath of Druids deck in this matchup. What else do we want? Pyroclasm looks good. I think we could entertain Zuran Orb. Probably not Cursed Totem. What is that really hitting? Just like the combo pieces that we should be able to go over the top of anyway. I think we barely sideboard. Pyroclasm, maybe Zuran Orb. I'm not even sure about that. What don't we want? Mana Leak kind of sucks for Pyroclasm. And then what else? Rare Revelation simply doesn't have a target. Maybe we could take out like Deep as well and like squeeze in Warmth. That feels wrong. Totem really just hit Sharpshooter, Mog Fanatic, and Goblin, Siege Gang Commander. Is Warmth just an upgrade from all 3 of these cards? I think it might be. Yeah, okay. I think Warmth is like not a card you bring in, but I think there's so much I don't like. These 3 cards I think are like actively pretty medium. All right, let's submit this. All right, deck, 1 turn 1 thing, please. 2 sideboard cards, the ones I'm the least excited about. These aren't Pyroclasm. They're mulliganing. I'm going to mulligan this. I don't think it's what we want. This hand makes a turn 1 quiet spec. Seems solid. Keep. Also, we can make a factory and block if need be. I think the worst card is probably Port or Gemstone. Gemstone Mine, probably because we can power out the speculation with Mox Diamond. And maybe just Forest. I think it's just Forest. Let's dance. All right, you've got a lackey. Do I want to go straight for the quiet spec or do I want to block with a factory? Let's go Diamond. Let's pitch. I think the Port's going to be hard to leverage here. Maybe my basic plains is like just fine. If I go for the block, I can jam a Call the Herd next turn, which is pretty strong. Trying to figure out which land I pitch here is kind of tricky. It's definitely not factory because that's what we're playing as land for turn. Gemstone Mine is our like off color right now. If we get Tinkered or Naturalized, we might need it. I think it's just plains. That feels weird, but I'm going to pitch the plains. Play the factory, pass the turn. I think that's where we're at. Wasteland's tough. All right, attackers are fine. I'm going to make them do it. Turn this on. And now we hope the lackey's pretty weak. All right, it's gone. Yield through. Siege Gang. Okay, we've got a line here. And another lackey. Yeah, we've got a strong line here. There's a library. Let's go Rishadan Port. Quiet spec me. 1 and a blue. Let's grab all 3. And then just ship that turn. All right, we got 2 lackey triggers coming in. Hopefully this Volcanic Spray does enough. Ringleader, that's not great. What do we see? War Chief Matron and a War Chief with a Matron in hand. No land. Oh my God. Well, that's not fair. Hey, dude, here comes this Pyroclasm. Gemstone, go. That's like not remotely fair. That's a one of you guys. That's called getting lucky as fuck. We just got so lucky. Opponent says yikes. Yeah, big yikes, dude. I'm sorry. I just luck sacked the shit out of you. You did not deserve it. All right, take a draw. It's an Adarkar Wastes. Let's be really mean, honestly. Green, colorless. Set a stop in your upkeep. Yield through the turn. All right, no. And then yield again. Yeah, beyond devastating. Just like the luckiest possible. Opponent says GG's. All right, GG's, Happy Meal. Now, Goblins is a good matchup, but it wasn't supposed to be fed to us like that. We should have had to work for it way harder than that. All right, top in round 5. All right, round 4, and we have a turn 1 library. Sorry, round 5 even. We've got a turn 1 library. We're going to take these. Keep. All right, opponent, what you want? Wasteland. That's a hell of a turn 1 play. What if, and hear me out, I went with a diamond. Pitching that's a clock. I guess it doesn't really do a lot in the Wasteland. Pitching a factory. And hear me, bro, double hear. You know, what if I get powder kegged? Consider I get powder kegged. They don't have it. Cast this one too. What if you didn't Wasteland me? What if that happened, buddy? Another Rishadan Port. Sylvan Library? You know what? I'm a rude bitch. Go. That's an opener. Deploy my whole hand. Go. Mountain for sure. Yeah, you've got a skirk. I love all of this. Yeah, it's pretty mean. Looks like this is Goblins. That's a Terravore that's going to be a 4/4. Yeah, I'll look at the next few. Call the Herd Treva's Runes. No reason to beat the piss out of ourselves right now. We can just go top, land, 4/4, go. What a strange Goblins opening hand. Yeah, it looks like, I mean, they did mulligan to what, 6? How deep did they go? They mulliganed to 6. Yeah, I don't know what they kept. That was a weird keep. You've got a pile driver. Boy, I'm coming. All right, I will draw 2 extra cards off the top of my deck. Extra Cardu. There's another Terravore. That's kind of fucked. Let's go top pay 4. Combat coming in for 4 damage. Let's go with a Terravore. And let's reset the Adarkar Wastes. And then ship it back to you, opponent. Who's it going to be? War Chief? Yeah, for sure. You can attack, which is really cool. All right, what do we see off that top rope? All right, there's a Call to Herd. That's cool. What else do we see? Armageddon. Can I take 4 more? Can I go top? Wait, I don't need to take 4 more. Top, land, cast Armageddon. I'm rude as fuck, boy. Make these Terravores 10/10s. Got it. Okay, I win. Cool. I think I'm gonna sideboard the same way, like Zorb, Plasm, Warmth for 1, 2. What was my last one? Ray of Revelation 3. You know, honestly, I think Seal of Cleansing is even worse. Maybe I just keep the Mana Leak. Let's go. Cool. I don't think Lackey is getting in this game. I think you're right. All right, we've got an Oath and a Pyroclasm, and we can cast them both. Yeah, that's a keep. We can even deal with the turn 1 Lackey. Also, opponent's mulliganing into 6, which isn't great. All right, Mountain, Mog Fanatic. I don't even have to source to Plowshares. All right, let's go land. City of Brass. AO. Yeah, we'll play that. Go. Now we're even somewhat resilient to Wasteland. I like it. They went to 5. That's not great. Here comes the Skirk. Okay. There's a forest. I'll take the one, dude. Ouch. All right, are you going to sacrifice both your goblins when I play this Oath of Druids? Oath. Green, colorless. Go. Wasteland? For sure, for sure. Tormod Crypt? Absolutely. Another Tormod Crypt? 100%. What's the plan here? To attack for 2 and then sack both your dudes? And just let me like play Call of the Herd and simply win? All right, I go to 17. End step. Are we letting me trigger Oath? Okay, set a stop in my upkeep. All right, I'm going to Wasteland. Oh yeah, target you. And then I'm going to Wasteland your Wasteland. And then you Wasteland my Wasteland. That happens. And now we Oath. And you can kill my Terravore with your Mog Fanatic, but then I still have this Oath and you're Hellbent. All right, it's a 7/7. You got to do it now, I think. Crit me plus... No, you're not going to do that? Cool. Land, you may go. You're crypting. This is fine. And now you have to Fanatic my Terravore. And now, what? You attack for 1 with Skirk, sacrifice it so I don't trigger Oath, and then we keep playing the game, but I have a full hand. I mean, I guess they're playing to the cards they were given. So, like, they're really not doing anything incorrect. Like, this all seems like how you're supposed to play it. I would have attacked first, though, right? Okay, maybe not. They're passing, which is pretty sweet. My turn. Take a draw. A Windy? I take a Windy. Go. All right, 2 in hand. Crypt, Mountain, no Goblin, because that would be insane. I'm also going to hold off on cracking this Windswept Heath for as long as I can, which admittedly may only be 1 more turn. Because I don't mind playing Call of the Herds into my own Oath, because once they fill their graveyard up, it's like the Terravores are insane after that too. All right, on tap, take a draw. If my opponent lets me, I would take a draw. Come on, dude, don't slow roll this. I don't know what the plan is here, but I've got all night. Take your time, I guess. Quiet speculation. I need to get them to crack that Crypt first, I suppose. This might do it. Fetch. Go grab me a little forest action. And here comes Call of the Turd. And then I can just pass. All right, opponent, do you want to Oath? You shouldn't, but maybe you do it anyway. Okay, well, lucky for them, they didn't hit any lands. So that's a pretty safe one. All right, there's going to attackers. Not really doing anything else. I like it. My turn, on tap, and take a draw. There's another Oath. I can't flash back this call, so let's just get busy. Beep, beep. And then we just ship it, I guess. Yeah, no need to do anything. We're in like no rush. We're winning the race. I have a backup Oath, which is why I'm not playing it, because I don't want to get Tranquil Domained. 3/4 War Chief. I like it. Attackers. I think I'm just going to take 5 here for the Oath trigger, right? Blockers. Damage. Can I slow roll it more? Do I need to take 5? I don't care. I'm just going to take 5. End step. And let's Oath. Yes, please. Oath for me. All right, we end up with an 11/11, which is effectively just a 1/1 because they can crypt. Yeah, you've crypted. I now have a 1/1. Draw for turn. Land, please. No land. Rip. Well, if I can resolve this Armageddon, that's going to look pretty good, right? Let's go tap for 2. Just play a library. And maybe we want to block with this elephant. I think that's okay. We'll just pass. Green, whatever. Cycle Gem Palm for sure. That's a dead Terravore. And now you've got how many more Terravores in our deck? 2, I believe. Yeah, 2. They're going to Matron. This is cool. Let's like make sure we've got 2 Terravores left. Did I lose track of them somehow? Here, let's pop this out real quick. Terravore, 1 in play. Yeah, there's 2 more in my deck. All right, yeah. Combat's good, buddy. What did you get off of your Matron, I wonder? Got it. That's fine. That trigger is fine. I will go to blockers. I think I'll block here. And then my elephant dies and I go to 9. And then I think we're not even STPing. We're just like triggering Oath. Oath, you. No response. Give me them creatures. We have a 1/1. Hurrah. There's the Windswept Heath. The question is, do I have fetchable targets for it? Doesn't matter. We'll put this back on top and we will pay 4. I don't know how they beat that. Go to 5, but really effectively go to 4. I can just like hard cast Geddon and not worry about anything after that, right? Let's take a look here. Let's take a look at some stuff. Let's do some math and be sure about some stuff. What basics are in here? Plains, so 1. So almost all of my fetch targets are still in my deck. Just no plains. And we know that they have Ringleader in their hand. Okay, we'll pay 4. I'm at 5. Then we'll cast Diamond, pitching plains, cast Geddon, go to 4. And now I have a 9/9. And then you can go. I'll take 1 from damage. Shit, I would almost take all of it. Do I take a risk that Terravore is the bottom card of my deck? I don't think so. I think I'm fine with just having this 1. I will not do the thing. No. All right, take a draw. It's a fetch. And then let's draw 2 more. Great. Okay, we'll just take Port, I guess. We'll go top, land, Plasm, kill them all, and put you on a 2-turn clock that you can't come back from. This should just be a concession. Or they might just walk away from their computer and let us sit here for 5 minutes, which is fine. But this is just GG. It is over. You don't, ooh. Hold on. Let's go back. We've got some salt in chat. I love exposing salt in the chat. It's my favorite thing in the world. Oh, we have to wait for MTGO to figure it out. Here we go. Shrink this down. This is my favorite. No, come back. Here we go. Opponent says you don't deserve this and you know it. So I guess whatever this fucking handle is very, very salty. I don't know if we deserved it, but get good, I guess. I don't know what to tell you, buddy. All right, a little bit of a 4-1, which is really neat. We should talk about this deck because I think it's just very, 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 very strong. This deck is a deck that kind of has fallen out of favor. People, I think, were expecting it to really take off after the banning of Tide, and we haven't seen very much of it. Recently, we've started to see a little bit more of it kind of creep up into the metagame, which is really cool. Don't mind me, I'm just stacking it out so we can kind of look at all the cards together. So talking about this deck, there are different ways to build this deck. I'm a big fan of this current tune. One thing you'll sometimes see is an extra quiet speculation, but this deck is just using quiet speculation as another grind piece, which is awesome. I'm also generally not a big fan of Enlightened Tutor, but that opens up a ton of stuff in the sideboard, like the One of Warmth, the One of Aura of Silence, the One of Cursed Totem, Zuran Orb, and Tormod Crypt. That's great. The pivot to Meddling Mage in matchups where Oath isn't good is mint. If you're looking for a Terravore deck, but you want a little bit more flavor in your gameplay, I think Oath Spec is actually still, to this day, to the upload of this video, extremely underrated. I don't think I played this league particularly outstandingly. I just kind of played my spells the order I drew them, made a few misplays, made a few good plays, wound up with a 4-1. I don't think we were ever going to win that round one, but it was super fun to play. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Thank you so much for watching. As always, I will see you next time.